What if karma doesn't need a god, doesn't need cosmic judgment, doesn't need the universe to keep a score? What if karma is simply the cause and effect on a scale we cannot see? In nonlinear systems, a tiny change in one part can sometimes produce enormous consequences later. Actually, consequences traveling through an incredibly complicated web of interactions. Imagine a woman being cut off
Hey,
in
watch where
traffic.
you are going.
She gets
Back off.
angry at the
I'm sorry I didn't
stranger.
see you.
He carries that anger to work,
Are you
snaps
seriously
at a
that
colleague
incapable?
when it was not
Be more
even her
careful.
mistake. Eventually, she takes it home,
Not now.
gives it
Listen,
out
I've
on
had
her
an
partner
absolutely miserable day. Finish
without
your story
any
now.
reason. Your actions don't just change the world around you, they change you. Repeated thoughts and behaviors strengthen neural pathways, reinforce habits, and shape your responses. Do something repeatedly, and eventually, your behavior becomes part of your identity. So perhaps your actions are not simply creating consequences, they are also creating the person who will experience those consequences. The problem is, we almost never see the entire chain. We experience one event and call it coincidence, punishment, or karma. But behind that moment could be hundreds of invisible causes interacting over time. Then something happens which breaks the pattern. A man sees people throwing stones at a helpless dog. He could walk away, but he doesn't. He steps between them and saves it. A woman sees an elderly man struggling to cross a busy road. Everyone keeps moving, but she stops to help only out of kindness. And somewhere else, in the middle of a violent riot, a man is attacked by a crowd when another man from the same crowd steps forward and protects him. Suddenly, my previous theory of karma starts to fail. Because if every action simply creates another reaction, doesn't every hurt person becomes a hurtful person? Suffering sometimes also create compassion. It explains the person who has been broken by the world but refuses to break anyone else. Easily walk past, chooses to stop. Maybe science can explain how behavior spreads. Can it explain why someone chooses to stop the chain? Honestly, I'm happy to be contradicted here. Perhaps because there is something extraordinary about us, something that makes a human being choose goodness when the world has given him every reason not to. Perhaps the real question isn't, will good come back to me? No, it never would. Would I still choose to be good? Think about it. What if karma doesn't need a god, doesn't need cosmic judgment,